boom, 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 boom. 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 Get money, boom, 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 boom. Get money, boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. With more broken roads. Doom, 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 doom. We just reached our first major settlement. Looking forward to seeing more of the game. And bam, that's YouTube and post. And there we go. Whoops, I should have copied that, but it's okay. Boom, doom, 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 doom. Oh, Sloan, what's up? What's up, dude? When I finish my live stream, I'll get you set up. Boo boo! All right. And streams at everyone. I think we just reached our first major settlement. So let's see what else this game has in store. And paste and bam and send now. And let me make sure it comes through okay. Boom, that'll work. Greetings, everyone. How's everybody doing today? Hope you all are doing well. I got absolutely no complaints. Let's see. Looks like my camera's coming through okay. Got my lights and everything going on. Still got that tyranny background. I keep forgetting to change that out, but we'll have to do that another time. Oh, let me pull up my stream so I can pull up my chat. Give me just one moment, please. Pretty please, pretty please, pretty please. And there goes the chat. Darmo, what's up, dude? How are you, man? Hope things are going well. Let me go ahead and switch to playing games and then turn on Broken Roads. Take me home. Fury, what's up, man? Lennon, how are you? Josh, good to see you. Hope all of you are having an absolutely fantastic day. My daughter, continuing from last night, not feeling well. So as soon as I picked her up from school, she was like, I want to see mommy. And so I dropped her off with her mother, who's sitting with her grandmother, to make sure that she's okay. So I got a couple hours by myself, and I was like, you know what? We can stream for a little bit until the ladies get home, and then I'm gonna have to jump off, and then I may or may not be back on later on tonight. You know, I'm never sure. I might go ahead and use that time to try to put up a video. I think it's been a couple of days, right, since I put up a full video. So I think I'm probably due. So I might focus on that. Uh-oh. Why is my screen blank? Wait. If I switch over to him, does nothing. Uh-oh. Did I encounter a bug? Let's see. So the inventory comes up. Oh, here we go. I was about to say. Nope. Looks like it's not a bug. Nemig, what's up, dude? JoJo and Fallout really expanded my taste in music. Nice. Yeah, Fallout for me definitely introduced me to some songs I hadn't heard before. And it's pretty cool stuff. Okay, so this is the general area that I started. All right, I started right over here. Cool. So is the game as bad as everyone is making it out to be? I don't think so, Josh. I'm only 5 hours into it. And of course, since I'm live streaming it, hosting, I'm reading all the dialogue, I'm going through it slower than some other people. So I would say if you play the game that it's meant to be played, it's certainly not 10 hours. And some of the reviewers were like, this game is only 7 to 10 hours. It's not worth it for the amount of money that they're asking. It's only 10 hours if you decide you're going to skip all the dialogue and go straight to the combat. And obviously, this is not the type of game where you should be doing that. Now, what I will say is, I've only been in one, maybe two combat encounters thus far. So Could be it's going to open up more, but from what I've seen so far, the combat seems pretty bland. I don't think the mechanics for it are all that impressive, and that is something that's been pointed out in the reviews. But for me, so far from playing it, from my time, I think the art is amazing. I'm really enjoying the narrative. I think the dialogue has been pretty cool. And so all of that stuff together. Oh, and the morality system. I think that's pretty interesting as well. So with all that stuff combined, I'm enjoying my experience thus far. But I haven't played so much where I'm going to go jump out the window and say the people who say this game are bad are wrong. I don't think I've seen enough of it yet. Maybe we'll make a decision in this stream. Elric, what's up, dude? I decided to try engineer and soldier equally, and man, in my respect too, adrenaline rush is absolutely broken. It is. It's much better. It's much better. Queen, what's up? How are you? Glad you can make it as well. Now, this is one thing I'll agree with when it comes to some of the reviews. It feels like some of the things are like broken. Like that question mark actually worked. It looks like it was just supposed to let me pet the cat. But there are definitely other question marks I came across during my stream last time where I clearly wasn't able to do what I was supposed to do. Had a couple of instances of like repeated dialogue and conversations. So I think the game could definitely stand to be more stable, and the reviewers have definitely talked about that. So, you know, take that as you will. If you like a more shorter, less combat-heavy, story-driven Fallout game, and also you love this game, basically. Hello, love. Happy to see you. Here, let me take care of that poor, bedraggled plant for you. Oh, she takes a strawberry plant, her eyes brimming with tears. How you just gonna grab my plant from me without even asking? Well, what's that about? We'll make do. I know we will. It's just hard. Any strawberries yet? They take a while, I'm afraid, but I've got lovely, rich soil here. John brings me fertilizer. Maybe we'll be lucky sooner than I think. What do you do? I help things grow, gardens, communities, opportunities, and, of course, my daughter. She beams at Jess. She turned out just right, don't you think? But be careful out there. And John, I've got work to be getting on with. How are you holding up? Doing all right. Already had some discussion about helping out on the Emmy farm. How did you and Sarah meet? I was out looking for a wild jumbuck when I heard music. Not regular sitting around a fire pit strumming on a guitar music, but actual music in the middle of nowhere. Took me a few days to work up the nerve to get closer, but as I walked up to the front door, that's when I heard her singing. He closed his eyes. Took her long in a few days to stop pointing a rifle at me, but I just popped back up every couple of weeks, bring her some meat or rags. One time I brought a ribbon for her hair. She looked at me and said, what do I want with that? Did that until her mother died. Then I proposed. I knew there wouldn't be room in her heart for me until then. As I recall, it was me who said, I guess I ought to marry you. He chuckles. The last word will always be hers. Knew that the first day I met her too. He smiles fondly at her and her expression softens. And that's just fine by me. What have you got for trade? He's got a toolbox. He's got bandages, he's got nails. See, I still don't have a good understanding of what I should and should not buy, but I do got an understanding of things I figure I might as well sell. It was once Ruben's, but now it's yours. So I can sell this, right? I assume. You see K-Dot, Disc, Cole, and Drake? Oh, no. Cole. I was hoping K-Dot was going to show him some grace and be like, it's all right, bro. I know you're not built like that. We just going to move on. And then he was just going to deal with Drake. He dissed them both. That's unfortunate. Deacon, what's up, man? How are you? I figured I'd take a look at this one. Those still hips deep in Dragon's Dogma 2. I was about to say, are you still enjoying DD2? That's awesome. I'm glad that you are, dude. Sloan, what's up, man? I saw your Discord message right before I hopped on. So either late tonight or tomorrow, I'll definitely make sure you get set up, dude. Glad you joined and hope you've been enjoying the Discord thus far. Slap some, oh, here we go. Hold on. Junk. So this is, I should be able to just double click this and put it in. Well, I got a Mac. Oh, okay. So the car battery is considered to be junk. That's interesting. Did you ever find the hidden gem in the crash plane, and what did you do with it? I found keys, but I did not find a. Wait. Are you talking about this gold nugget? There's a guy who picked it up before us, and I just talked to him, and he gave it to us in exchange for safe passage to the city we're in now. If you're talking about did I use the key that was given that I looted, did I find like the suitcase or whatever that it's supposed to open? No, I did not. All right, so I assume like this fuel, this car battery, all this stuff, it's marked as junk. So I assume that means I can go ahead and just get it out the way. This gold nugget is 250. I assume I'm supposed to sell that, so I'll go ahead and sell that as well. So it's interesting. The iodine isn't marked as consumable, but it says it can save her life at the right time. I'm gonna hold on to that. I don't feel comfortable letting go of that. I do feel comfortable letting go of the rest of this though. There we go. And yeah, looks like that. Yeah, that's all. And then make it a deal. He's got the 613. Cool. By the way, you gotta watch JoJo's Bizarre. First 3 parts are entertaining, but it's not as great as Part 4 and beyond. They're definitely entertaining. Okay. Just the real, just how to head a horse, like the inside. Interesting. I have some great news. Mass Effect has helped me a lot with my trouble with focusing. Really? Now when I read stuff at Wrath of Righteous, I put my amazing comprehension of situations to when I read, and now when I skim over the text, I completely understand the situation. That's awesome. It was mostly directed at Drizzy, but Cole caught some strays because he linking with Drizzy. Okay, so it's mostly at Drake. All right, that's fine. That's fine. 300 plus hours, still absolutely enthralled. Max vocations on my pawn, about to finish off the last run, the last one on my Arisen, prepare for soloing the Phoenix fight. That's awesome, dude. I'm glad you're getting so much out of the experience. Seems like it's really working for you, dude. That's super, super cool. The key unlocks a lockbox hidden in the crashed plane, but you need a high awareness attribute to find it. I don't think I had anybody with a high awareness, so it makes sense that I didn't find it. Interesting. Her frown only deepens when she sees you. Yes. I wonder if I can go back there, though, now that I think about it. In fact, most of the attribute checks I've encountered so far needed awareness. Okay. I'll have to see if I can find somebody with high awareness then. I probably just threw some banner at him. Right. Hopefully. How'd you end up in Brookton? The question seems to age her an additional decade. We thought it would be somewhere safe for John and I to live out our days. We've been lucky to reach the age we are, and we didn't want Sean to be stuck taking care of us when we couldn't take care of ourselves anymore. What have you got for sale? All right, the usual stuff. Turpentine. I don't think I have any turpentine, but I'm going to chill. I'm going to wait for that. Bye. Keep your wits about you. Will do. All right. What's up, DJ?
What's wrong now?
How are you holding up? He scoffs. Like you give us stuff. Do us both a favor and don't pretend we're mates, all right? Damn. One of your elders want you back in quarters soon. I still haven't found what Conk asked me to find. Until then, he won't mind me staying away. He knows I've got my own life to lead. What do you think makes someone a good leader? Knowing your values and sticking to them, and treating people with respect, of course. You're not so crash hot at the last one, truth be told. Guess he doesn't like my Machiavellian outlook. So, tell me about yourself. I grew up on the coast, south of here, and it kind of took me a while to see that the people I was living with weren't so good for me. One day I'd had enough and I just started walking. I took jobs as I went, but I didn't really know where I was going. Someplace better, I hoped. Then I ran into Ngama, and he introduced me to Kong Yakoya. Kong saved my life. He taught me the value of community, and he showed me that if someone cares about you, really cares, they do it with more than just words. Even the way he drinks the cups of tea I make him helps to warm my heart. Goodbye.
Porta.
She looks up from some bit of accounting or stock take. What's on your mind? What do you think makes someone a good leader? She frowns. Compassion. You know, that niggling voice that tells you to do the opposite of what you habitually do? What's it like running a barter crew out of Meridan instead of Brookton? It sure is different. A lot more competition, a lot more cross-pollination of stock. I've even seen stuff from the East Coast cost an arm and a leg, but we have no hope of carrying, let alone selling that kind of stock in Brookton or Alderside. Maybe the election will shake things up. Angela takes a cut of every sale, which Hogan is campaigning against, but he hasn't proposed an alternative either. I agree, Elric. I don't think K-Dot likes Drake at all. And that's going to make this battle awesome, hopefully. We need this kind of competition in hip-hop. Right now, people getting too nice with each other. A little bit too nice. A little competition, I don't have a problem with it. That was amazing. Him and Funny Valentine. Okay, JoJo's Adventure. I'll definitely have to check that out. Yeah, they've been at each other's throats for a long time now. How are you holding up? Just doing what I always do. She gives you a look that's meant to convey some meaning you don't quite understand. So, tell me about yourself. Small town girl dreams of moving to the big smoke, sees her home gets burned to ash. Now she wakes up at night knowing what the big smoke actually looks like. She smiles briefly. I've got it better than most. My life was already half on the camel cart. More, if I'm honest. I didn't have so much to lose. Mom's taking it pretty hard, but I can buy her almost anything she misses. I wish I could have convinced her to move to Meridan yonks ago. Yonks? A long time. Could be 5 minutes or 20 years. Interesting. Goodbye, and Sean. He gives you a nod. Thanks for looking out for my parents back in Brookton, mate. You're solid in my book. Jess is glad about our mom, too. Both our families owe you a debt that we'll be quick to repay, soon as we can. What do you think makes someone a good leader? Doing what's right. For everyone, not just whoever you're with at the time. You can stand to be a bit more rational in your decision making. Not a criticism, just an observation. He shifts uncomfortably. So tell me about yourself. It's a bit of a long one. I grew up in Brookton, but Mom and I used to travel a lot. A good doctor is always in demand, and there are lots of small places that barely have clean water. I got to see a lot of the countryside, but then he got shot. Sean falls into grateful silence. Mom got him back to Brookton, but everyone else got killed. Aunts, uncles, cousins, all gone. Damn! Anyway, you get the picture. It's not a unique tragedy. It's just mine. How are you holding up? Yeah, he looks at his hands considering. Could be better. Could be worse. Talk to you later, Sean. All right. Not gonna lie, imagine if Cole and Kayla got on Song the Trash on Dre. Never. I don't think J. Cole will ever release a B song again, to be honest with you. I think he's found out something about himself that he didn't know before. And he's not gonna put himself back in that position. He knows he's not built for it. Find 50 points of interest throughout Broken Roads. I've unlocked that, even though these didn't actually open up to say anything. That's interesting. Desert Peace. Supposedly those are quest items, but I haven't found out what quest they're for just yet. Uh-oh. What's this all about? The expanded content mod for Wrath of the Righteous adds Drake pets, and in the most recent update, you can mount them. Whoa! That's crazy. Okay. Tito, what's up, man? Finished Pathfinder Kingmaker. Plan on doing a second playthrough of Wrath. What are people's favorite mythic paths? I like them all, just in different ways. But if you tell me what kind of playthrough you're trying to do, I can give you a mythic path recommendation. Angel is your favorite, Elric? Nice. You can't put Future on that Mount Rushmore like that. He's not lyrical in this way. Future's not battling anybody, all right? When they talk about this Mount Rushmore, and like they call them top three because supposedly all three of these guys can battle each other and be amazing to witness. Future's not that kind of guy. He's the club song guy. And mind you, he's done incredible things for the music industry. There's no question he changed it. But he ain't part of their group. Nah. Sam, what's going on? That's more of my time on the East Coast. Yeah, I got a couple of hours, so I figured I'd jump on. Legend is my favorite. Legend is a pretty awesome one. Looking for a good story. I already did Azada. If you haven't done Angel, I highly recommend it. I think Angel has the best balance of story and mechanics. Jason, what's going on, dude? How are you, man? This gaudily dressed gentleman clearly likes to be the center of attention, but he has a kind face and piercing eyes. His voice is like liquid gold, deep, mellow, and rich. Hello there, strangers. My name's Adam Gold, traveling magician, accused charlatan, roving raconteur, and general entertainer. In other words, I like to tell a good story, put on a good show. I'd like to say I'm as entertaining as hell, but a rotten egg or two will convince any sane man that his work's not everyone's cup of tea. He brushes some imaginary lint off his sleeve and finally takes a breath. But I have a trick or two that might be of interest. Step right up, as they used to say. I'll step up. He turns to the rest of the small crowd. A round of applause for our brave volunteer. How much does a traveling magician make? About as much as anyone else, he shrugs. You may have noticed that entertainment is short on the ground these days. I provide laughs, mystery, and wonder. People will pay for that. Though not, he mutters darkly, as much as they should. That's where the traveling comes in. Once the town has seen enough of magic, once the wallets have run dry, it's time to move on. Give them time to forget. How and why did a stage magician come to Meridan? Meridan's the capital of West Oz, of course, the beating economic heart, eh? There's some sizey stops east of here, sure, Southern Cross and Calgary and that lot, but for the western bit, you can't beat Meridan. I go where the money is. I stick around, provide some entertainment, keep the people amazed and confounded, and head out before they accuse me of witchcraft. He pauses for thought, which happens more often than I'd like, if I'm being honest. Show me a trick. I was going to wait until the crowd's a little bigger, but all right, just for you. He dips his right hand into his coat pocket and emerges holding a large golden coin. Watch carefully, mate, and prepare to be amazed. The coin dances across the knuckles of his right hand while he pulls out a handkerchief with his left. He wipes his brow theatrically as he opens his right hand and drops the coin into his palm. He closes his fist around the coin and tucks the fabric into the top of his hand. He pulls the handkerchief through his fist, shakes it loose, and opens his palm. There's no coin. Where did it go, eh? Hang on a tick. He reaches up behind your ear with his left and pulls the coin free. Ta-da! Wow, you almost got enough to buy yourself some dignity. Wow. That was pretty good. Wait till you see the next one. Show me another trick. This one will knock your socks off, guaranteed. I heard that you don't get to explore the world until the third act. It's entirely linear up to that point. I played 5 hours yesterday, and it's been linear thus far. I don't know how long it's going to take for it to open up. You prefer Aeon Queen? That's not a bad choice either. Checked out your favorite RPGs. I'd never have bothered with the Mass Effect trilogy, and in turn would have never bought Wrath of the Righteous and loved it. See, this is the purpose of content creators. Try to open doors for people. Get them to try things they usually wouldn't do. I'm glad you ended up enjoying it, dude. That Lord, what's up, man? I just wanted to say I caught your last live stream at work this morning. Want to say the way you uplifted the developer so appreciated by me. You prove why you deserve my follow. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, dude. There's not enough developers making these type of games. These narrative-focused isometric CRPGs. So any developer who's willing to put in their time, their energy, and effort into making it, I want them to feel uplifted. I want them to feel like, hey, this is something I can do, and this is something that's worth my time. You know? And unfortunately, we live in a day and age right now where everybody loves to hate. You give them something to latch onto, oh, they love piling on and telling everybody, oh, you should hate this. Oh, you shouldn't support this. Oh, you shouldn't put your money towards it. I'm like, hold on, y'all. Let's pump the brakes and consider this. So I hope that they end up continuing to support this game, releasing more patches for it, and eventually that they're able to do a sequel as well. There might have been a few supernatural elements, at least at this minute. Just is anything to go by. We'll see. What's going on, Sunset? How are you? Why am I convinced he's actively pickpocketing you face to face? Very, very possible. Very possible. This game's a great starting point. Yep. Very easy to get into. Reads back to Dragon Age 360 days, people would be a lot more fair. It's a different time. It's a different time. 3 balls. What? Carefully. He pulls 3 balls from another of his voluminous pockets and begins juggling. Stage magic is the art of misdirection. I draw your attention one place while I do the trick with another. He starts juggling one-handed when his left hand reaches into his coat. Watch this. He throws a spray of glitter into the air, and as the red balls rise into the glitter, they vanish without a trace. He extends his arms and bows, stuffing his hands into his pockets. He sniffles a bit and dabs at his nose with the handkerchief he used in his first trick. How did you do that? He smiles enigmatically. A true master never reveals his secrets. Perhaps someday you'll figure it out. More tricks. He smiles regretfully. You have to wait for the real show. I'm planning to open it up after the election debate. For now, you're welcome to kick in some cash. I do need to eat, even if I am made of magic. I hope everyone enjoys that as much as I did. Here's $5. He beams. An appreciative audience. Hi, mate. Well, I gotta keep prepping. Unless you need something else? This is my second tearing playthrough back to Rather Righteous. Tyranny playthrough. Awesome. Did you enjoy it as much the second time as you did the first time? Have you tried a weapon and shield character in any Dragon Age game? Yeah, in Dragon Age 1, I made Alistair a weapon and shield character. Man. Demas, what's going on, man? Attitude, mate. Indie stuff like this deserves more than a fair shot. Exactly. You all already know I play indie games all the time, and that's part of the reason why. Because I want to see those developers get supported. And I know from the outside looking in, of course, I've never owned a dev company, but I can tell this shit is hard. It's hard to make a great game. It's hard to make a game that satisfies a diverse selection of people. And it's nearly impossible to do it your first time around. And I feel like those of us who are established as content creators and have been reviewing games and critiquing games for quite some time, we should be taking that into account and make sure that we talk about that when we give our review. Dual swords or mage is the way to go. Yeah, I almost never do it for my main character, but I like having a tank. So Alistair is using my tank, and I give him sword and shield. She looks around the marketplace anxiously. She spots you and puts on a tired smile. Sorry, did you need something from House Ingwin? I'm Anna, Jimmy's wife. How did you and Jimmy meet? She laughs wistfully. Before I settled down in Meridan, I was the brains behind a barter crew operation up north. I had to travel to Meridan one time to settle some trade disputes we had, and I met Jimmy at the gala. He wasn't a part of any dispute, mind you. I just thought he was hot. We tried long distance for a time, but it was hard, you know. So I moved on down to Meridan to keep our business in check and become a wife. She beams. What do you do? She gestures to the house behind her. I'm usually knee-deep in paperwork, managing our water business. I've been doing fractions since I was an ankle biter. So Jimmy was more than happy to have me work with the numbers while he did all the talking. Goodbye. All right. And I don't think we ever talked to that vendor. It's hard to give the devs a pass when they didn't listen to the criticism they received for the demo. See, I didn't track this game, so I don't really know much about Manure. Good Lord. All right. I don't know much about its development process. So there was a demo for this game that was available to people, and they heard feedback from the demo player. Oh, wait. And paper. Got a wound? I'll cover it. Would be nice to be able to afford a whole juicy steak one day, just once. The young man at the cart looks like a veteran of countless scrapes, scars up and down his arms and around his face, missing teeth, bad tattoos, the works. He summons a hideous smile as you approach. Good day, mate. Wilkins is his name. Food's the game. Hungry? You come to the right place. What's your pleasure? Can someone explain why I'm only allowed to say this to guys? When am I going to be able to flirt with girls? What is the deal? All right, I'm not passing it up. We know my limitations though. Standing behind me and clenching my butt cheeks, I can't do it. But this is more harmless. You're my pleasure. His response is cheerful and unfazed. Don't reckon the missus thinks so, mate. That's awesome. What brought you to Meridan? Town full of rich wine, well-bred folks. Big old gates around the town, merchandise that gets guarded by people on camels with guns. He seems especially excited about that last point. What's not to love? What do you have in stock? He starts ticking off a list on his fingers. Fairy bread with broiled honey ants, choky bicky, only it hasn't got an actual chalk in it, fresh made yeasty spread from Holly's kettle, Anzac bickies, roast steak, camel milk, some dog. Ooh. He scratches his head. Carrots, can't forget the carrots, and then something else. Don't remember what it was. I'll take the something else. Yeah, okay, don't be a smartass. And man, tip of me tongue, gonna drive me mad until I remember it. Let's trade. Yeah, it came out almost a year ago, if I remember correctly, and only included the prologue and the mercenary background. Wow. Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know that at all. Trench mouth, what does that mean, Deacon? Only gay romance in the apocalypse. Let's hope not. Let's hope sooner or later they give me a freaking lady to flirt with. In fact, now I think about it, I don't know whether or not this game has romances in it. Abandonment! What's up, dude? How are you? He tugs on the collar of his tartan shirt, whistling a slow, calming tune. He nods when he spots you. Good day. Name's Jimmy Newman. Here to see the water tower? Is that water tower yours? It's a part of my lineage, but it belongs to Meridan. It was built a long time ago, but it's been at least 15 years since it's seen any action. You seem tense. Are you and Anna going through a rough patch? No, I love her. I love her a lot. It's just, he sighs, pushing his hat onto his head. I want to have a baby with Anna. Christ, I want to have a lot of babies with her, but this water business just takes up all of my time. So I come up here and think. He raps on the beam of the water tower. Goodbye. Interesting. Bing. Bing. Did we talk to the stranger already? No, we're not. Bank's closed for now, mate. Probably best if you don't loiter around. I'd hate to get all suspicious on you. A grill is set into the wall of the bank, around knee height. Other than a slight draft, you wouldn't have noticed it was there. It's clear from the guards' reactions, however, that they don't want you anywhere near it. Interesting. How big is this place? So I'm up here. Yeah, this is a nice size area. Good lord. Trench mouth is a pretty gnarly gum disease, but it's also used generally as an insult for someone with exceptionally bad oral hygiene. The narrator painted a rather colorful picture of the guy's smile. Yeah. Eric, what's going on, man? No, it's not a hard game thus far. %. Haven't like so long as you've got the supplies to show to make it happen. Walking Dead vibes. This unkept man is slouched next to the bar, turning his pint glass around between his hands. His eyes are rimmed with red, but he doesn't have the cloying smell of other drunks. His presence gives the impression of someone unwillingly displaced. You could have said a quick hello before jumping the queue, but I guess I wouldn't have recognized you if you'd shown common courtesy to us plebs. He works his jaw for a moment, then sighs. I'm shitting myself about what's happening back home, and you're an easy target. Sorry, I don't even think I know your name. Uh-oh. Jeez, I can see why my parents kept me away from you. He closes his eyes. Look, I'm not at my best right now. Accept the apology or bugger off, all right? Barter crew. I was about to head back to Westonia when Brookton was attacked. What happened? He stares at you as if looking at a ghost. You don't know? This fellow came to the gates, proclaiming a new era of prosperity if we'd only team up with some dickheads from out east. He takes a long drink. He said that it was that or face the consequences. We told him whatever decision we make it together. Oldies and infants too. He said we had a week to decide, then he'd be back. He gives you a steady look. Your mom cried foul and sent me down here to beg on Westonia's behalf. Fat lot of good my family connections are doing for me now, eh? But your mom never was the jealous type. She knew out of anyone I'd had the best chance. The man who came to Westonia, was his name James Wakefield? He squinched, remembering. Wakefield sounds right, but I don't think his name was James. He shrugs. I wasn't part of the welcoming committee, you know? Just heard that what I could from a far ways back. Didn't even know it was anything big until the silence hit. By then, he was pretty much done. Want another drink? My shout. He looks as if he might be about to refuse, then his shoulders sag in defeat. I'd appreciate that. Thanks. Gotta find a path forward. Frontier settlers had the right idea. Lots of babies to establish a legacy, tend the fields and farm animals when old enough to carry water, and hope they grow smart to their new world. You very rarely ever see options to hook up with NPCs and RPGs. That honor is usually reserved for companions. Yeah, but this game has barely had me really talk individually with companions, so I don't know, we'll see. Tell me what's happening in Westonia again. We're not a big town, not big enough to stand against a decent-sized raiding crew, so they sent me here to beg for help from Meridan. He runs an exhausted hand over his face. At this point, I don't even know if I'd make it back in time to make a difference. See you later. He's already staring down into his glass again, lost in thought or fear. This well-dressed woman smiles easily, but there's a shrewdness in her eyes that belies her friendly welcome. A hint of redness around her eyes and nose suggests that she's not above sampling her own wares while on the job. Welcome to the Flaming Galam, mate. I'm Holly Bale, and I'll be your host, mainly because I'm the manager and sole employee. Couple of house rules before I take your order. First, no credit, no tab, no exceptions. Even the governor doesn't drink for free. Second, keep the politics to a minimum. This place is neutral. No fights, no fuckery. Clear? No credit, no fights, no fuckery. Got it. Great. What do you have then? Got any news for me? Everyone's talking about the election and how some of the first indentured servants might be released from their contracts soon. Stay out of all that. In this line of work, having an opinion is bad for business. Can't afford to piss off my customers. Still, lots more ciders than usual have been piling up outside. And oh, she lowers her voice and nods towards the shabbily dressed agitator from outside the walls. That sad sack from Westonia breezed in here, talking to anyone who listened about how his city needs help. Like we don't have our own problems, just because we're smart enough to build walls that have lasted more than 20 years. Working here, what do you do for fun? She laughs. This is what I do for fun. Everyone in town comes here, and I get to make them laugh, and they go home happier than when they came in. If I'm lucky, I'll do this till I die. It's nice to know your purpose. Ha! No, that's not happening, James. Not in any way, shape, form, or fashion. We gonna go ahead and avoid all those options. Adam is one of the few exceptions that comes to mind. You can hook up with 8 or so girls across the wasteland. Really? I have to keep that in mind. I plan to play Adam anyway before Swordhaven Conspiracy comes out. So That's good to know. Been playing a lot of Destiny. I have a whole season to catch up on in about a month. And I've been watching the animated animal natural habitat shorts on YouTube. They're really, really fun. I like them. Nice. Why'd you call this the Flaming Gala? Legend has it a gala got dunked in terps and flew too near a candle, burned the original pub down. She nods sagely at you. You're not sure if she's having a go or not. How'd you come up with those rules you mentioned? Too many barter crews coming through and skipping their bill and cleaning up after bar fights. You might have noticed there's not a lot of glass factories around these days. Whoa, 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 whoa. What you doing? What you doing? What you doing? I have to reuse everything I can. Why are there more ciders than normal? From what I hear, raiders, like the ones that took out your lot, are popping up all over the place. Then there's droughts, storms, mutants. It's a real shit show. People need security if they're going to do more than survive. Not sure how they think coming to Meridan is going to help, but that discussion starts to get into pissing off the regulars' territory, so it's banned for you, me, and everyone else. Mutants? Really? Yeah. You seen the wombat near the marketplace? She shakes her head. That's the baby. Mama's around here somewhere. What have you got? We've got some local beers, which aren't too bad. Terps, if you want to get shit-faced and don't care about living too much longer. Fermented tea, which is better than it sounds. You got anything to trade? All right, food and drink and whatnot. Interesting. Goodbye, and there we go. I'm trying to get my bearings again. Okay, so I came from down here. Okay, yeah, let's go over here first. Nice that Meridan is opening up a bit. A little bit. Oh, snap. There's the other side over here. This slender, mousy-haired woman stares with venomous hatred at the shovel at her feet, nursing her hand. She's muttering to herself. Why did they put me out here? What's the point? Is this punishment for... She breaks off when she sees you. Oh, I beg your pardon. I didn't see you there. How may I be of assistance? These last words are bitten off and mechanical, spoken as if by hated rote. Who are you? She looks at you morosely. I've been told I'm not allowed to talk to strangers, especially if they don't know who I am. Jasper says good servants don't draw attention to themselves. She doesn't turn away, though. She's obviously hoping you'll know who she is. Is your last name that one pronounced Noel, but written like J-K-M-N? She pinches the bridge of her nose. Obviously not. I have no idea. Is your name Lisa? Magdalena? I'm not that fancy, come on. She sighs and crosses her arms. Quit it, all right? You're not gonna guess, and I'm going to be in trouble if I keep hanging around. Just come back when you actually know my name, okay? Goodbye. Does she talk to herself at all? No, it doesn't seem like it. Small empty water bottle, take that. And okay, that's the limit, I think. This is the outer edge. Let's check the map. Yeah, it looks like the edge. Bing! Bing! Yeah, but somebody mentioned, you know, is this game as bad as the reviews? I definitely plan to do a video offering some perspective on the reviews I've been seeing thus far. I can't say flat out that they're wrong, but I will say I feel like some of the reviewers didn't play this like a narrative experience. And to me, that's the way you have to play it in order to review it fairly. Like, you should be reviewing the game based on what it's intended to do, at least in my opinion. Everybody's got their own perspective, you know, but that's my thinking. If I know you're meant to be a narrative game, then I judge you differently the way I would judge a first-person shooter. And so, based upon that, I feel like this is a cool little game. I have no issues with it at this time, at least.
Get
Whereas
moving,
if I
mate.
felt like this was supposed to be a Mass Effect type of experience, I'd have a totally different perspective right now. The slim man stands surrounded by a welter of beer bottles, and he waves another one around to punctuate his words. Sounds like he's had a gutful and he's worked up a head of steam. And so far, it gives me a bit of vibes from a super indie game called Dead State. I think you're not the first one to say that, Deacon. I've never played Dead State before, though. I'm a zombie apocalypse aficionado, so it was an easy mark for the concept, but it uniquely focused on the community. That game didn't have supernatural elements, though. Yeah, I heard this game gets supernatural elements later on, and right now, from the way I'm feeling, I would think that's a mistake. This game feels like a game that should remain grounded, but we'll see. Blow in? You're the blow-in. Blow in. He smirks. Mate, I've worked for Governor Smith for years. I'm good friends with the owners of this pub, and I help keep the peace in Meridan. You're some trash that blew in off the road. Oh, trash! Gonna ask if you could please. Damn, I didn't mean to do that. If you could please politely fuck off. For real. I'm drinking here. Why doesn't he give me the option to slap that drink out of his hand? He turns away from you, his eyes scanning the beer garden for abandoned drinks. Never mind, I'll leave you to it. Yeah, all right. He looks around the beer garden and then back down into his glass. I should have had the option to give him a piece of my mind. Talk to me that way, y'all dug it. No kidding, don't mean many that have played it. It was a bit hard to jump into for people who weren't 100% in on the concept. That state is great, interesting. Even Doctor Who is going full supernatural. If jump from sci-fi to fantasy, that's true. That's true. RPG, what's up, man? High five from Brazil. Appreciate you, bruh. Hope everything's going well, dude. Did I talk to Ian?
Get moving, mate.
You ain't got nothing to say to me? All we been through together? Did I go inside of here? Alright, it doesn't have anything anyway. Alright, give me 1 second. I need to use the bathroom and grab a drink real quick. Oh, snap. The Brazilians have taken over the chat. Even though I don't understand a lick of Spanish, I still know Lynn is talking about underrail. That's hilarious. Never waste an opportunity. I need to start marketing my own channel the way Lennon markets Underrail. Every time I think about posting something on social media or putting up a video, I gotta ask myself, the manner in which I'm trying to draw people to my channel, does it equal what Lennon would do for Underrail? Because man, the dedication is unmatched. He and the governor sound like they're a long ways from wrapping it up. What the conversation lacks in friendliness, it more than makes up for in one-upping. And I'm telling you, Governor Smith, if we don't retake Brookton fast, there'll be nothing left there for either of us. She shakes her head. As I have said repeatedly said, I cannot afford to spare anyone to help your rebuilding efforts at this time, no matter how big or, in your case, small, especially if the raiders are more spirited in their attacks than usual. She pauses upon seeing you, her frustration easing. That is, unless... Fine, I'll bite, unless what? She looks between you and Mick. I believe your lackey here could assist me with something. With your permission, of course. Wow! Lackey. That's interesting. We speak Portuguese. Oh, Portuguese. There we go. Sorry. Lackey? Mick, do you call me that? He sighs. Of course not. Don't get sidetracked. Crosses his arms, radiating stubbornness. And might I ask why you think that, Governor? Anyone willing to put in the hard work and earn their stripes to Meridan is a useful asset. I want to see what else he's capable of, beyond his area of expertise. Thanks, Governor. You're not so bad yourself. But most importantly, you both owe me, so I don't think you're really in any position to refuse. He frowns. Borrow away then. Just remember, there are lives at stake. My people can help Meridan survive the next raider onslaught, provided Brookton becomes your priority. He locks eyes with Angela. You may think you're safe behind your walls, but if you believe only one thing, believe that you are not prepared for what's headed your way. No one who hasn't seen it could be. He looks away, and most who did see it are gone. She gives the barest of nods. Great. I'll touch base with you later, Mick. Ooh, she is unmoved. Find someone who looks at you the way Lynn looks at Underrail. She backs to you. Now, let's discuss your future out of this damn heat. I'm ready to see what other skills you may be hiding underneath that unassuming exterior. She heads inside without waiting to see if you plan to follow. Oh, and it doesn't give me an option on whether or not I'm going to follow, huh? All right. Well, isn't this snazzy? Stay out of trouble while you're in Meridan. Don't cause a fuss or we'll throw you back outside. Is that what you'll do? It's made of mahogany. Nothing over there. Some dreams are too wild to be tamed. Remnants of a life lived in these offices have accrued here like driftwood along a shoreline. Look at the top shelf. There's some abandoned before currency and a daddy longlegs that begins its tantrum dance when your breath shivers the strands of its web. Check the middle shelves. A round metal spear sits atop a stack of dusty books. The bronze coating is layered with intricate images of creatures and architecture you've never seen before. In one panel, a kaleidoscope screen of pink and blue shimmers faintly. Check the bottom shelf. A reflective black rectangle about the length of your hand is perfectly centered on the aging wood. It looks like it was placed with precision, though for what purpose is unclear. What's that black thing, Angela? She looks up from her papers. It was given to me by my grandmother. She said it contained the key to unlock a man's heart. She smiles faintly. Smith women typically need no help in that regard. Interesting. On the rail is what I'm in love with. And since I'm aromantic, I don't need to make more space for love. Nice. Did you finish Tyranny? I've been watching the VODs and up to episode 3. I have not finished Tyranny yet, and I do plan to circle back to it. In fact, we might circle back to it tonight or tomorrow. We'll see. We'll see. I'll see how I feel at the end of this playthrough. I don't know if I'm going to do a full live stream playthrough of Broken Roads. Tyranny is amazing, especially the magic system. I agree, RPG. I've been really enjoying my time with it. Can I have that black rectangle? She gives you a thin smile. Perhaps I could be persuaded to part with it. Let's find out together. Why don't I have an option to flirt with her stronger? All these other people I've been like, I like you, and letting guys grab you from behind. But this chick is clearly flirting with me, and I get like a meager opportunity to flirt back. What is that? Thanks for coming, Brookton. No need to sit. She consciously gives you her full attention. You have a feeling this doesn't happen often to many people. As you can tell, I have a few things on my mind besides cleaning up after a town that's already been razed to the ground, so I'll make this quick. The election for the next governor of Meridan is approaching. As the incumbent, I intend to win that election and retain my position. Only my competition is Malcolm Hogan, a weak-willed imbecile with a penchant for rabble-rousing, so I'm confident of my success, but I leave nothing to chance. She gestures at you. I let you cut through the red tape, keeping you out of Meridan because I see a way to solve all our problems at the same time. All you have to do is tell the leader of each house you are under my employ to assist them however they see fit. In return, once I'm elected, I'll divert what help I can towards Brookton. Interested? She intertwines her fingers, rubbing a thumb absent-mindedly over her skin. I'd like to know more about the houses first. And I'd like you to let me know whether you are going to help me or not before I waste any more of my time on questions any resident of Meridan is qualified to answer. Sure, I'll help. Better the devil you know, right? Oh, Brookton. She gives you a surprisingly charming smile. You have no idea. I'll need you to speak to Jasper of House Menzies and Jimmy of House England. She glances to the side. You notice a dartboard with what looks to be a hand-drawn caricature in the center of it. That should be all you need. Come back when you've done your bit to assist them and, more importantly, me. Amazing. Been loving the VODs. I live in all, so streaming time doesn't always line up. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Josh. Appreciate it. Glad you've been enjoying the content, dude. Seriously, I'd enjoy more flirtations, even with the more experienced characters at RPGs. Sometimes the character could be made to be, or perhaps the player themselves are older too. I prefer the older characters. I prefer playing as older characters. Like, anytime I'm playing Mass Effect, I'm the old wrinkled black guy. Especially if I do the Renegade path, I love being the old wrinkled black guy with bloodshot red eyes. And then the Terminator skin that you get, it's all right up my alley. Mate, how are you? I don't believe we've been properly introduced. Name's Hogan, Malcolm Hogan, of, you guessed it, the incomparable House Hogan. This beefy man has the air perpetually aggrieved. His florid face is sour and sweaty, and his waxed mustache droops in the heat. He gives the impression of holding on to some personal standard of presentation completely at odds with the environment in which he finds himself. I've got a job that needs doing. I heard you arguing with Smith and Menzies at the gate, and you seem like a resourceful lot. But what I'm really looking for is discretion. Why me? I'm an outsider. Because you're an outsider, you can get away with being a sticky beak and no one will blink twice. Me, I've got a reputation to maintain. Sticky beak. Take a longer look at something or someone who's always getting involved in other people's business. Hogan, is that name supposed to mean something to me? He scoffs and adjusts his shirt. If you knew anything about Meridan, you'd know that I'm the head of one of the most important families in this town. Farms, scrapping, machinery, in a word, infrastructure. This place depends on the Hogans, and don't you forget it. Interesting. The protagonist has been through too much of this BS to put up with anyone else half his age. Exactly. In fact, you watched my Dragon Dogma 2 streams. You saw me playing old man. And I may slander my pawn old as well. Like, yeah, I love it. Highway, what's up, man? Old people right. What's going on, Ivan? Yeah, this is a new game. It just came out yesterday. I love games that let you have choices affect your appearance, like Mass Effect and Fable. Yep, I'm a fan. I'm absolutely a fan. Is this like an apocalypse cowboy RPG game? It's apocalyptic and it's set out in Australia. So there's lots of desert, there's lots of kangaroos, there's lots of ostriches, things of that nature. Man, Octopath Traveler 2 has been a blast. My party consists of a samurai, a country accent merchant, aspiring dancing star, and I got my first healer, an amnesiac apothecary. I'm going to have to give that game a whirl. You all keep talking about it. Always up for a job. Give me the details. Well, our dear Governor Angela hauled up something precious from that plane. Her guards drove straight to the bank, kicked everyone out, and won't let anyone in. Not even me. Whatever it is, it's important enough that she's hijacked the bank vault, stopping everyday residents from adding to or accessing their savings. As concerned bystanders, naturally, it behooves us to investigate. Find out what her secret is, and when I'm elected governor, I'll see what I can do about getting your lot settled here in Meridan. He seems rushed. Do we have a deal? How will you help us settle in? Why don't you ask the people camped outside why they want to come in? Guarded walls, water, working economy, and opportunities for enterprising folk. We've got it all. Of course, you also don't have that many other options, do you? There's an unattractive glint in his eyes. He sizes you up. I heard you touting your skills outside the walls. Might have been impressive out in Whoop Whoop, but Meridan's got a surplus of talented, driven individuals. Add it all up, and I'd say my deal's about the best you're going to get. He didn't answer my question at all. I said, how will you help us settle in? And he said, these are all the reasons you really want me to help you. How are you going to help me settle in, bro? Mick's looking to rebuild Brookton, not settle here. Would you help us with that? He takes a moment. Sure. If I'm in charge, I can do anything for your lot. Apocalypse in Australia sounds like a cool concept. I think so, Ivan. It's been pretty cool thus far. Mutant Crocs would be cool. I haven't encountered those yet, but I agree. There are very few attractive, experienced women in gaming. The only ones that come to mind are Samara and Sindel. Those are two good options. Well, technically, by the time you get to Mass Effect 3, Liara's experienced. Speaking of Mass Effect, the doctor on the ship was an older lady too. She was hot. I absolutely would have done a romance with her. That was actually one of the best things about Andromeda as well. The chick that they got to play it as the doctor, she came from Game of Thrones. Super hot in Game of Thrones. They didn't completely transfer her right, but it was close enough in Andromeda. It was a damn shame you couldn't romance her. Damn shame. How do I know you'll live up to your end of the bargain? The indignant astonishment that ripples across his face is something to behold. I'm Malcolm fucking Hogan, mate. My word is my bond. Ask anyone. Too easy. I'm in. You've made the right choice. He claps you on the shoulder. Start with the two bank guards. The blonde one's Angela's favorite, and he didn't get that way by being the sharpest tool in the shed. Should be easy to score some info or a quick squiz inside. All right. Even though I'm helping her, always good to have a backup plan. I might need to exploit her in some sort of way. We'll see. I'm also a sucker for a desert setting since I live in the area. Those games feel comfy. Nice. Also here, FYI, the Australian ostrich is called an emu. Oh, what's going on, Neats? Thanks, dude. Appreciate the information. It's called an emu. Okay. Dr. Chakwas could get, there you go. Yeah, Dr. Chakwas. Absolutely. A certain YouTuber called it Dr. Chocolate. That's awesome. Dr. Chocolate. Yo. That is awesome and fitting. I think I must have talked to you. Oh, look, and there's sheep, there's chicken. I love the way that there's animals and children running around. That's pretty cool. It makes the area feel more alive. I think in South America we have emus too, but not in Brazil. I think they're in Argentina. Problem with Samara is I'd only got through telling Morinth that she can call me Papa. And Samara up and killed her. Any of you ever decided to side with Morinth? Never ending smashing the doctor in a sci-fi ship gaming setting. You know what? That is correct. The doctors are always the hot ones, aren't they, in the sci-fi settings? Have you had anyone in your party yet? Yeah, at one point I had like 3 people in my party. And then they all left once I came to this city. His face is painted with dirt, accentuating his hollow cheeks and tired eyes. Name's Rich Craigie, mate. What brings you here? Ooh, how do I automatically know he's an indentured servant? Okay. What do you do around here? He gestures to the sheep grazing nearby. I take care of those buggers. I swear they shit more than they breathe. What's it like being an indentured servant? He breaks out into a fit of laughter. Bloody terrible. What did you do before Meridan? I was a surveyor. Roamed West Oss with a map and my Tucker bag cat, Milo. Best years of my life, those were. His blissful smile droops. But Milo got sick and all the medicine in the world couldn't save him. He shakily continues. Surveying just wasn't the same without my little boy. So I quit. He rubs his eyes. Milo was a good cat. I'm sorry about Milo. He gives you a thin smile. Thanks. It was hard burying him. But one day at a time, right? I'd like to see what you have in stock. One day at a time. Ooh! +1 resolve. I feel like that plus next to the 1 should be on the other side. +1 resolve and +10 hit points. Oh, that's 450. Good Lord. Yeah, I ain't got the money for that. If it was something that helped me, I would want something that gives me more action points. Actually, it probably helps old girl who's my melee character, but I think she already has armor anyway. All right, bye. I make all my characters in games look like me if I'm playing a dude, or like my ex if I played a woman. Wow. You want to be reminded of your ex all the time? It have that top-down Fallout games vibes. Yep, this game definitely has strong Fallout vibes, for sure. For sure. Except that is based on just seeing, like, trailers of it. I never actually played the original Fallout games. Heard they still stand up pretty well, though. Nagos had a very charming friendship scene in Mass Effect 2, I think it was. Just kicking up, drinking wine. Yep, that was an awesome scene. You're allying with Reapers to kidnap human women. I never saw Deep Space Nine, but supposedly out of all those old Star Trek shows, it tells the most complete story. And that always made me want to try it out. I had multiple people tell me, like, the story has absolutely fantastic beginning, middle, and end when it comes to Deep Space Nine. They think the most famous Mass Effect quote comes from Gamer Poop. Hey, report to my room, we will bang. Whoa, who are you? Alright, the satellite dish. Pretty sure the most famous Mass Effect quote is, "This is my favorite store on the Citadel." Yeah, I agree. What are you saying is the most famous quote, player? I mean, one up Chinese burger. How's it look fun? Wow. You bake it, Ivan. You bake it. Is Broken Roads a nuclear apocalypse or some other type? If I remember correctly, it's nuclear because they keep talking about radiation. It says, yeah, okay. Hunters and collections. Oh, okay. I can actually go in there. Cool. But first, better not kick these over unless you want to visit from the monochrome blokes. Can I come across? Okay, yeah, let's go across first. I'll just make sure, yep, this is where I came from. And I already Can I talk with them too? I'm not sure now. Hold on. Did I talk to you? No, I didn't talk to you. Holy smokes. Boost initiative by 10. I'll take that. Strength and HP. Intelligence and HP. Oh, we'll take a bullet for your literally grants awareness and HP. How much is this? 850? Good lord. Are y'all serious right now? Alright, well, hold on. We can sell all the stuff that's junk. Let's do that. Let's get rid of all that stuff. That helps. General, consumable. I don't want to sell that stuff because I never know if I might need it. Barter crew special, yeah, I gotta hang on to that too. So, I would have to spend 700. You know what? I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Yeah. Oh, bang, okay. To every woman he encounters. Somebody did actually say it's an old meme. Oh, look, I'm trying, but I can admit that Dr. Bashir Al-Azhar from Deep Space Nine can get it. Yeah, I never saw Deep Space Nine, so I can't comment. What's the story behind or setting of Broken Road? Follow Australia, I guess. Pretty dope. Yep. Enzo, what's going on? Yeah. Oh, wait. It's two of these hats though. I only want one. Hold on. Crap. I don't remember how to. It's not shift. It's not alt. How do I split these up? I swear it was right trigger to split this thing up. It's not working there either. Here, hold on. Make it a deal. I know I want the vest. Let's get the vest. Because maybe it's just a situation where I need to go out and go back into it. I swear it was right click to split it. Hold on here. Seriously? I don't remember how. Why isn't that working? Options. Controls. How do you split? Does it say? It's probably like glossary or some encyclopedia. That's slang tutorials. Here we go. Tutorials. Attributes, highlighting interactions, leveling up melee weapons, optimal range, party inventory. Is this it? Rest and wait. Splitting stacks. When browser shop, you may see a number indicating to split a stack. Right click and drag to move. Oh, you gotta right click and drag at the same time. Okay, interesting. Hold right click. Yep, thank you, player. What your weapon or gun you use. And also how much ammo you got for it. The ammo is unlimited in this game. I am using a rifle. There we go. But mind you, my stats when it comes to combat are terrible. Actually, so I got a shotgun in one slot and a hunting rifle in another slot. But I'm definitely spec'd to be all about my party members. In fact, I can level up. So I specialize in intelligence and charisma. All my other stuff is very low. So I am not good at all in shooting. I'm not good at all in melee. I'm just taking up a slot. And I plan to throw a lot of grenades. Let's see, 10% chance to catch an incoming projectile. Oh, that's cool. Throwing distance. Okay, so when you increase this, it increases your throwing distance, but it doesn't do anything for damage. So I could care less. Yeah, I could care less about that stuff. All right, let's get intelligence. Does charisma affect? Yeah, it doesn't. Okay, but oh wait, I was looking at the wrong slide. Yeah, charisma does affect that, but intelligence. Oh, it's still not. I wonder how many points of intelligence you need to affect your action points, but All right, let's get punt up there and then leadership up to 100. And we're going to confirm. In my defense, she's not an X by choice. She's not. Oh, I'm sorry, Abandonment. I misunderstood that. That makes complete sense, dude. Complete sense. You heard about it yet, or if it's kind of show you're into. But have you seen the Shogun series? I have not yet. It absolutely looks like the type of show that I'm into. So I plan to watch it, but I got a couple of things I got to watch first. Right now, I'm working on The Expanse. So I'm in season 5 of that. I've been dragging my heels on this show for months, so I'm determined to finish that. This weekend, my wife was also a huge fan of the old X-Men cartoons, so the new version of it is out on Disney Plus now. So we said we're going to sit together and watch that. I want to try the Fallout show as well. So I feel like I'm going to do those 3 things first. Then the Shogun is going to be up next for sure. Constant, explicit exposition. Really good TV. Excellent actors. Really? Okay. I'm looking forward to it then. It's got that old school Fallout item trading system based on value. Yep, it does. And unlimited ammo. Shogun's incredible. You agree, Damas? All right. Yeah, then I'm looking forward to trying it out for sure. Now there's a chick. Yeah, here we go. You. I'm not sure if. Oh, I don't think. Yeah, you don't say anything. And let me check this real quick. All right, I didn't take this. Okay. I talked to you, and yeah, I talked to them too as well. Okay, cool. So now we can go through here and go in here. Think it's odd how firing a handgun costs the same action point as firing a shotgun. It is odd, player. I take my words with a grain of salt because I haven't done combat like full all out, like enemy surrounded, full team of players, all that stuff, right? But from what I've seen, I feel like combat is a little bare bones. It's not fully fleshed out the way it would be in like a Wasteland 3 or something like that. There are many other aspects of this game that I enjoy, but combat so far is kind of just okay to me. Bro, when you get to it, I hope you enjoy it half as much as I have. Gives me hope for modern TV. Really? Okay. I'm definitely gonna have to check it out. Because which platform is it on? You step into what feels like a temporary lull in battle. You note a line, hard, hand-drawn, separating one half of the room from the other. Oh, wow. Welcome to Hunters and Collectors, mate. I'm Hunter, and that bloke with the fine mustache is Cole. What can I do for you? What can we do for you? Here the eyes Hunter while addressing you. We've got plenty of work for you. All you got to do is promise you'll at least take a gander at the job board when you blow in with the dust. You got it. Fantastic. He leaned towards you. Just between you and me, my jobs are official Surveyors Guild business, far more engaging than the mindless poaching gigs my friends here offers. But you want mindless, go clean one of your bloody CDs. They scowl at each other. They break eye contact and focus back on you. Anyway, I have something you can get stuck into. Quick smart. He gestures to a row of hunting rifles behind them. I rent out these bad boys to help newcomers save up for their own, but some dags who call themselves the Masons gang are avoiding me because their loan is up. I want you to head over to the Flaming Gala and bring back my guns and the casings from any bullets they've wasted. You'll need to talk to Ian Mason and the Merxy leads. They're called Sultana, Ridgy-Didge, and Oki. Okie dokie. Oh, and that's where Ruben went. Interesting. Various posters and bits of paper have been tacked up here for any willing and able bounty hunters to take on. The bounty poster for the Ripper has seen better days. The sketches are faded, but you can make out a large pendant. The poster itself has got to be 20 years old. It must be one hell of a grudge for a hunter to leave it still tacked up. All right, good on that. Cole, you got anything else to say? He turns away from a bookcase stacked with old DVD cases and glass jars to greet you. Sorry about that. I get lost in my own world when I'm dusting these beauties. What do you do here? He smooths out his mustache. Well, on top of being Meridan's official rep for the Surveyors Guild, I'm a collector of memorabilia from before. Really? What kind of memorabilia? Oh, newspapers, music, fridge magnets, you name it. Knickknacks from before tell us what was in vogue back then. It shows us what people valued, what they enjoyed, and what the world used to look like. He shrugs. I like to connect with history. Remember those who died in the bombings. Do you and Hunter argue a lot? He calls out to Hunter. Hey, Hunter, this one here thinks we argue. Hunter laughs. We like to poke fun at each other, sure, but we don't argue. We're best mates. Always have been, always will be. I've also been dragging my feet on watching the last season of Expanse. The first few seasons were so good, but it's just not the same without Detective Miller. Yeah, it's interesting too that after he's no longer on the show, he still ends up directing a couple of episodes. I thought that was weird. I'm not sure if maybe he wanted to go the director route. You could tell that most of the writers for Shogun were Asian American women by how the relationships are handled. Really? What do you mean? Women mind a simple combat. Like, I like Adam RPG and the combat is very simple, but I still enjoy the game. So it's not about the simplicity of the combat. It's about, there's a difference between combat being simple and combat being bare bones. Like, I feel like the combat here is bare bones. Like, when I look at the mechanics, it's not really clear how it helps you. Like, here, I'll show you in a minute. You'll see. Surprisingly, Shogun is an FX show and streamed on both Hulu and Disney Plus. Honestly, there are a couple of things that have come out on FX I really enjoyed. I was a huge fan of Sons of Anarchy and a big fan of Atlanta. And I think, I never watched Mayans, but I heard that show, which is the follow-up to Sons of Anarchy, I heard it's actually really good. Dead State RPG turn-based vibes. Yeah, people keep mentioning Dead State. I've never heard of it before. Buffalo chicken poppers. Ooh, that sounds fun. Yeah, dude earlier wanted to make too. The combat in Broken Roads is even more simpler than in Adam. For example, you can't aim at specific limbs. Yep, and there's no armor system. Exactly. On the script for some characters, but unlike out-and-out activist work, the women are time appropriately subservient as far as law and honor are concerned. Though there are very important places where this swings heavily in the favor of women, as their approval, appeasement, and affection, even subtle ones, are greatly valued. Ivan, I played Disco Elysium and I did a review for it on the channel. What have you got for sale? Ooh, Boulder Opal Pancake. Huh, I'll take that. Why I gotta move it over. Ooh, an opal. The prince. Wisdom consists of knowing how to distinguish the nature of trouble and in choosing the lesser evil. Machiavellian. Oh, snap! Boost your action points by 3. This boosts your action points by 1 and your movement point by 1. Oh, I need me one of these. That's what I'm looking for. I boosted intelligence to boost up my action points, but I'm not sure if that actually works. This will be better. Just straight up boost your action points. All right, gotta keep that in mind. We're gonna have to come back here. All right, bye to that. Ruben, you got anything to say? Thanks for helping me make it back to town, mate. You're welcome. I think you're gonna love this gig I've got for you. He scoffs. Putting people down like mangy dogs sounds exhilarating. Hunter waves him off. He leans in, excitement in his voice. We've got some mean-looking bastards trying to set up shop in Kolja. I say, fuck that. We've got enough problems with the Mongols and Ardap. We don't need some dickheads thinking they can run the block. Get rid of the bastards in Kolja. Interesting. Got any jobs for me? It's all on the job board, mate. Appreciate the enthusiasm, though. What do you know about the Ripper? He snarls. I know he banded a bunch of sick fucks together to rape and murder their way across West Oz. Riley's Rippers located the entire town of Allenson in their homes and set the bloody place on fire. I even heard the Ripper himself would use a meat hook to slice open anyone who got in his way. He leans forward. You see that fucker? You kill him on the spot. You'll be single-handedly making the world a better place. What do you do here? He adjusts his sunglasses. I manage our hunting and bounty contracts. You want an animal dead or someone taken down a notch? I'll find the right people to get it done. So, like a mercenaries guild? Exactly. He does his best to stifle a laugh. Prick. Are you and Cole good mates? Yep. He's my best friend of, 20 years. He smiles fondly. We met during a trip to Mount Sterling. Cole was looking under rocks for bugs, and he had the gall to tell me off for crushing a beautiful specimen of nature. That beautiful specimen would have given him necrosis, but he didn't care. Bloody idiot. He looks over at Cole, grinning. What have you got for sale? What's this? Oh, a spear and a sniper rifle. Oh, okay. And look at this. Keeps you safe from a mean sunburn. Plus 20 critical hit chance and a radio. Look at that. You know, and I'm going to take that because I assume the radio has batteries in it. So I should be able to use those batteries in my radio since I gave batteries to somebody else. Want their pet character self-inserts to hook up with the Anglo protagonist. Self-insert. Okay, interesting. Do they have Austria, Nuka-Cola, or some 200-year-old spam? I haven't seen it yet, but they did have a sign that said war never changes. You lame slag. Hey, I'm just reading what's on there. The Shogun says it's a remake of a 1980s show, which is in turn is based on a novel, very loosely based on real characters. As far as I've seen, Blackthorn and Marika always become lovers. All right, so we got that. Oh, we should go out those gates, see if there's anybody over there, and then we'll circle back through here and do all the quests. All right, so we'll go this way first. Boom. And interesting things here. What's this? And more dollars, more dollars, more dollars. Say Meridan ceded this land to the Emus when it became clear there would be no winners in this war. Nice. Signs never change. All right, read some stuff. Have fun. Yeah, take care, Lennon. Always good to see you, dude. How's that? Ella and Matt. Oh, here we go. Shooting. Sunset. What's going on, dude? On this landing. Good night. Awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, she's actually talking. Any apocalypse mutant bacon as a healing food item in the game? Not yet, but I heard this game has a supernatural element later on. So maybe we'll get to kill some mutants later in the game. When pig look normal, not mutations. Thus far. Good night. Black Eyed Peas. Nice. I'm only going to be streaming for another 30, 40 minutes or so, but I might be back on later, dude. Very much seems like the kind of game where you need to be the kind of person who explores all the dialogue to get the most out of it. Even a minor character seem to be very well written. Yep, that's exactly it, Tomas. And so I think, some people reviewed it poorly because they're the type who they just want to get to the next combat encounter. You know, they came here to blow up animals. This is not that kind of game, so they were disappointed. You know, if you skip through all that dialogue, you're absolutely not going to be satisfied with this game. What do you think makes someone a good leader? Her answer is immediate. Strength. You're doing fine, if that's what you're asking. Hey, somebody likes a Machiavellian character. What are you going to do now that Bookton's gone? Same thing we've always done. Protect the people who pay us. We're not done being scouts because a place we protected got wiped off the map. Nah, L, you gotta spin it. Bookton got wiped out because we weren't there. Yeah. Yeah. Do you think the people who stay behind will be safe at Volleyball Hall? Should be if they stay smart and keep their heads down. We should repair the radio, but get them back on the air in case they need us. I don't think that butt is supposed to be there. How are you holding up? Fine. She stares at you but doesn't say anything else. So, tell me about yourself. Yeah, nah. Bye. Interesting. So on the one hand, why is he going all the way around there? Uh-oh. I don't think they're going to let me talk to her. So let's see. I don't think the pathing is right. Yep, the path is not right for a conversation with her. So on the one hand, that response feels very accurate to the type of character she is, right? On the other hand, we've been playing this game for almost 6 hours, and I feel like I really haven't gotten to know any of the party members, which I'm not really sure if that's a good thing. Oh, let's talk to Nick. Well, what Governor Smith won? How deep is the shit we're in? She wants me to do favors for Jasper Menzies and Jimmy Newland. That's it? He stares at you. Well, did you? Not yet. I was on my way. Don't keep the governor waiting. By all accounts, she's not a patient woman. How are you holding up? He gives you a look. Do us both a favor and stop pretending we give a shit about each other. What did I do to make him so angry towards me? Is it that I didn't leave with him and his people? Game looks really cool and fun. Yep, I'm having a good time, GM. Have you heard of Rapala Fella? It's a CYOA game set in post-apocalyptic Australia that came out last year. Nope, never heard of that. All right, let's talk to Anna. I'm here on Angela's behalf to help you with anything you may need. She peers around you looking for something. Yes, I could use your help. Jimmy's disappeared. Again. I need him back at the house as soon as possible because she catches herself. Look, just find him and tell him to come home, okay? Please. He's at the water tower. She raised an eyebrow. Of course he is. Can you let him know to come home? Is everything okay? You seem frustrated. I appreciate your concern, but I'm not comfortable discussing that with you. All right. You couldn't see him from over here? Come on now. Sort of plays like Henry Stickmin. I don't know what that means. Feels weird having an RPG where you can't pry every party member's life story out of them within 5 minutes of meeting them. Exactly, Slow. Exactly. So on the one hand, it's more realistic, right? I give it that. But on the other hand, is it satisfying as a player? I'm not so sure. I think it'll depend on how much they open up later. Like, how good is the payoff? Yeah, exactly, Deacon. Now, I think what happened is, in the city where the first city we went to, I had the option. I could leave with the people in the ambulance or I could leave with Mick. I chose to leave with the people in the ambulance because I was trying to save a person who had cancer who was only going to get in the ambulance if I was there to help them. That turned out not to work. The person still died. And then I think some of Mick's people died because I wasn't there to help load them up into his cart. And so consequently, I've lost reputation with him, I guess, but gained reputation with the lady in the ambulance. But the lady in the ambulance wasn't really running anything. Mick was the one running things. So I feel like that wasn't a good Machiavellian choice. I probably should have went with Mick, but whatever. You're always going to mess things up your first time through. I think once they open up, it will be. We'll see, Jim. Anna sent me to find you. She wants you to come home. Now, his shoulders tense and he puts a hand to his forehead. The doctor said she needs to rest. At least she didn't go scouring Meridan herself. He gives you a weak smile. Oh, that's why she didn't go look. Cheers, I'll go see her soon. Let's see, nature of government. Speak to Anna. Tell Anna outside house where Jimmy is. The vision. Investigate the governor. Okay, fine. Let's do this. Oops, where is this? Where's she? She was somewhere. There we go. Yeah, I mean, music is really good. I agree. Jimmy's on his way home. Relief blossoms on her face. We had the developer on here yesterday, and he made sure to note that the level up sound is actually the sound of a beer can opening, which is pretty funny, actually. Thank you. And please thank Angela for me, too. All right, bye. Now, talk to Jasper Menzies inside Menzies' house. Oh, I missed a spot. Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. Menzies' house. I never went inside here. So glad I got something that asked me to go here. Menzies' house? Yeah, I know. But how do I get inside this freaking place? Oh, up there. Okay, cool. It also makes me wonder, how does the music sound when we're in like big combat scenarios and when we're in like what's supposed to be tense situations? Jasper. Oh, Jasper's a chick. Yes? So must account, so many little time. What's an indentured servant? How does the game choose who I'm asking these questions to? An indentured servant is someone who has committed crimes against Meridan's populace and been sentenced to pay back a specified debt through labor. I pride myself in managing the Ditos and their debts, just like my grandmother did with the initial generation of Ditos. You seem a little... Wait, what do you mean by the initial generation of Ditos? She looks at you thoughtfully. The first generation of Ditos were the people who breached Meridan's walls. We fended off the attack and took the survivors hostage. We put up notices demanding a ransom and sent our people to the closest settlements with the same information. But when it became clear no one was coming to rescue them, we put them to work. They had children, their children had children, and slowly but surely, they repaid their debt to our fine society. She smiles at a fond memory. Some Ditos have even earned their freedom. They stand as an inspiration to us all. You seem a little stressed. This isn't easy, you know. Why doesn't anybody in this town keep records of anything? Well, besides me. She shuffles some of the papers on her desk. Without any official documentation, how am I supposed to forecast whether we should raise interest rates on indentured servant debt or lower them? People are going to be angry either way, so I need to make sure the decision is worth the time I'll spend defending it. I'm here on Angela's behalf to help you with anything you may need. Her laugh is stilted and unpracticed. Oh, Governor Smith, you vile being. She steeples her fingers. Numbat, an indentured servant of mine, is currently reporting less than stellar performance results in her latest job near the train carts. I wish to amend this, but I don't have the time to go around in circles with her. So I want you to motivate her by relaying this message. The principle is simple, but errors have a tendency to compound. Isn't that interesting? That is so wrong. So wrong. One of my gripes about the dialogue system so far is how it doesn't let you play as a lawful character, as in none of the alignments honor their word. Since I've been playing as Machiavellian, I can't comment because I wasn't focused on keeping my word at all, but offhand, I would say that you are right, and this is a weakness of the game. Artwork and the top-down art design in game look nice. I really like the art design, especially the portraits and some of the general areas we've been to. I feel like it captures the environment very well. What does not capture things well is how slow he walks. Come on, bro. If ever I wanted a fast mode button, get to it. Let's see, character sheet. Oh, one thing that does irritate me, pressing C opens up the morality sheet. Come on now. Everybody who creates a CRPG knows C is to open up the character sheet. In fact, I don't even know what is the button to open up a character sheet. A world match skill tree. Oh, so they treat it like skill tree, so you have to press T. Yeah, no, that's whack. That's whack. Hold on, could he? Hey, another action point. I'll take it. And then 17. So we can get close to 100. There we go. And confirm. All right, and stranger. She's still staring at her tools. She startles when you speak. Are you a numbat? She smiles, but it doesn't reach her eyes. Oh, good. By Jasper's rules, I'm allowed to talk to you. Yes, I'm Mia Commence, also known as the numbat. Like an accountant, but some clever bugger came up with a nickname for the role. Something about numbers and wombats, I'm guessing. Thinking about it makes my brain hurt. Anyway, I worked at the bank. Me and my family, we've been indentured servants in Meridan all my life. I was raised for the bank job, and I thought I'd keep doing it when I earned my freedom. But I guess that was just wishful thinking after all. She sounds incredulous, as if she can't believe the words leaving her own mouth. This is uncomfortable. There are no perks, right? So if you look to the right, I'll show you when we go back into the menu. At certain points, as you level up the skills, there are specific things that they get. but there's no separate perks that you pick up, no. What are you doing here? She barks out a bitter laugh. I don't know, digging a hole, moving coal. They didn't deign to tell me, and I have no right to ask. My parents taught me how to handle the books, and all my life I've helped keep track of everything that goes in and out of the bank. I catch cheaters, I stop fraud, I make sure all our businesses keep working. But now I guess I'm shoveling shit. She rubs at her injured hand. You've been a servant all your life? Uh-huh, my parents were criminals. My parents were caught, and my parents were indentured to pay back their debt to society. Better than being exiled? Maybe. All I know is I never had a choice. I was born into it. My parents at least taught me to do sums, and they promised I'd be able to work my way to freedom if only they could see me now, she laughs bitterly. They genuinely believed this system was fair. How much longer until you earn freedom? I reckon I only had a couple of years left, but I overheard Mrs. Smith and Mrs. Menzies talking. She grinds her teeth until her jaw cracks. They said it would be inconvenient for them to lose their workforce. And just as I get close to paying off my parents' debt, suddenly I'm here doing work I'm not suited for. Mrs. Menzies has already said that my work ethic has stooped drastically. Her shoulders likewise drop. I tried to give her a piece of my mind, and now I'm barred from talking to her. I've kept a ledger, you know. She speaks urgently but quietly. All my salary and expenses. I bet it'll be gone by the time I get back into the vault, if I ever do. She blinks away fresh tears. You said you worked at the bank? I don't know what I'm doing now. The governor's driver, Ash, came in and told me that I had to leave. I barely had time to get my sleeping bag from the vault before he hushed me out. And then they made me put my bag in a shack and gave me tools, and I don't do physical labor. She rubs at the fresh calluses on her palms. At least, as long as I kept that job, I didn't. When the governor's driver kicked you out of the bank, did he say why? A sly smile creeps onto her lips. He ordered me not to say anything. But maybe I can offer some unrelated advice, she smirks. Remember, I'm not allowed to say anything. I'm a good servant. She looks at you suddenly, a mischievous glint in her eyes. Do you like lamingtons? I like lamingtons. Everyone likes lamingtons. Yeah, I love them. Right? She grins at you. I'm feeling a little peckish just talking about them, but I'm not allowed to leave my post until sunset. Shame, really. Lamington sure would be a nice treat right around now. She raises her eyebrows at you. Holly at the gala sells them, or the merchants in the marketplace might have something if you or anyone you know might be hungry, just in case you wanted to go for a quick walk. That's all. Bye. All right. Let's see what she has to say. Yeah, I think the trade. Lamingtons, a delicious treat and national treasure. It was a sponge cake dipped in chocolate and covered with desiccated coconut. Now each region has their own spin depending on available ingredients. National Lamington Day is still observed on the 21st of July, so mark your calendars, and it restores 5 HP. Oh, I keep doing that. Hold on, here we go. There we go. Continue. Bye. What level am I? I'm level 6. Supposedly level 12 is the sweet spot where combat is just nothing to worry about whatsoever. Let me guess, you want to talk about the bank some more? Got some freshly baked lamingtons for you. Numbat sighs. Wait, no. Her eyes light up as she grabs the cake from you, greedily stuffing it into her mouth. Okay, so at the bank, there's... She stops, swallows her food, and wipes her mouth. Sorry, hungry, and Holly's lamingtons always hit the spot. Thanks. But you did what I asked, so there's a grill on the bank wall at about knee height. It's right near my bed. I used to listen to people out on the street at night. Best entertainment I could get without going into debt, drinking myself stupid at the gala or whatever. So if I could hear out, I'm sure you could hear in. I haven't had a chance to check because of Jasper's stupid progress reports, and I don't honestly want to think about it too much, but I reckon if you put your ear up to it, you might get some insider info on what they're keeping locked up. Guard duty gets awful boring, and the bunch here love to run their chops. How would a curious visitor speak through the grill with those guards around? Those guards, Numbat rolls her eyes, they're really not the brightest crayons in the box. I'm sure you could figure out some way to distract them. She sizes you up for a moment and takes a breath. But if they give you any flack, just remind them about Clause 42. And no, please don't ask me about Clause 42. What's Clause 42? Oh no, stop, don't ask me that. She foils her deadpan delivery by covering her mouth to stop from laughing. Then she turns serious. Look, us indentured servants, us Ditos, have a special little something written into our contract. No one but contract owners are supposed to know about it, but I've seen a lot of different documents come through during my work at the bank. I can't tell you the intricacies of the legalese, but suffice it to say, those who know about Clause 42 can invoke it so that any work in indentured service done towards their freedom will be lost. She looks scared for a moment. Look, I'm trusting you with some pretty high-level shit here. Just name drop the clause quickly with the guards, and they should be amenable to bending the rules. A little. And don't tell them how you know about it. Jasper Menzies wanted me to bring you an interesting message. The principle is simple, but errors have a tendency to compound. She stares at you for several seconds. Mrs. Menzies can't even make the time to threaten me to my face. I'd quit if I was allowed. And if I wasn't punished by, death. Well, thanks for telling me, I guess. I work so much harder now. For some reason, Numbat squints and gives possibly the fakest smile you've ever seen. What did Jasper's message mean? Oh, just as she's threatening to apply compound interest rather than simple interest to my indentured servant debt if I don't magically get better at manual labor? Great. As if it wasn't all some big farce already. That's all. Goodbye. See, this all should be interesting, but the game doesn't directly give me a choice between keeping her empowered and allowing her to keep these slaves, or making Hogan the person in power and these people being freed. It doesn't give the impression that that's a choice at all. It just presents both of them, and while he says like he's a man of his word, there's nothing about indentured servitude. So I don't know. Here, actually, let me talk to him and see if, now that I know some more information about this whole situation, yeah, he's got more to say, but not about that. Let's see. Will we get any blowback if we help you? Dang, all this cold talk is making me want to break out the Easter candy. It was actually just about buying desserts. It was. No, because if you help me, I'll make sure you're untouchable. I know how to treat my friends right. He winks with unnecessary emphasis. What are these families in Meridan, and how come they're in charge? He bristles. We built this place, made sure we could welcome people of good character. No reason for us to turn control over to any old bastard who comes blowing in. We know the town, so we know what's best. Why do you want to be governor? Angela and the Smith family have been in charge for too long, too strict with the borders, too guarded with the other siders, and too controlling with trade. But I'll set all that right. After all, we don't want another Bookton on our hands. He gives you a pointed look. Only strong leadership can keep away the barbarians at the gates, and I'm the best man for the job. Right, I'm off. I'll catch you later. Okay, so yeah, he doesn't say anything about, where am I? I don't see my, oh, here we go. Okay, cool. Doesn't say anything about the servitude. It's weird to have something that's strong, but not a way to do something about it. All right. Back again, eh? What do you need now? Ooh. How is that the Machiavellian option? If the bank's closed, why are you still here? The guard looks pleased with himself. Governor's orders. We were handpicked to watch the place, scare off any vermin that creep up. He eyes you carefully. You're not vermin, are you? I don't have to scare you off. Would vermin be able to put a coin out from behind your ear? She holds out a hand to keep the first guard from stepping forward. She sounds weary beyond measure. It's a trick, Jace. Don't let him touch you. What? With the lure of magic? He looks at you like you just kicked a puppy. This is just like that time the governor's personal driver. Jace? She quickly cuts him off. We have specific orders, especially if this lot have been sent by you-know-who to make sure we're keeping our mouths shut. Realization dawns and he quickly shifts his demeanor. I get it, Dawn. The guard winks at you. Not only do I not know why the bank's closed, I know nothing else at all about the bank. He smiles, warming to the task at hand. In fact, I don't even know what a bank is. Too far. Dial it back as he turns to you. He's not an idiot, I swear. You can tell whoever sent you that we're just doing our jobs, though. Todd. You mentioned the governor's personal driver. Any idea where we can find him? Well, you didn't hear it from me, of course, but if there was a driver, he's probably getting smashed at the pub, having a pint and bending Holly's ear, or her rear. Jace, don't be gross. I'll tell your mom. He looks at her aghast. You wouldn't. Find out what the governor's driver's doing? Okay. I want to stand near a specific part of the wall for a sec. Can you guys turn away or something? You catch the guard by surprise. Why would you? He takes a calming breath. Look, I'll tell you what my school teacher would always tell me. You get what you get and you don't get upset. Jason Thomas, you put that away immediately. She puts her hand over her mouth until he stops talking. Look, we all want things. Money, freedom, a job where I never have to stand near this doofus again. He puts her hand away. Hey, he looks like he might cry. I thought we were friends. She ignores him. The point is, no one gets what they want or what they deserve. And if you're some rando has to stand near a very specific part of the building we're guarding, you get neither. Now rack off. Let me stand by the damn grill for 5 minutes, or I'll get Jasper to invoke Clause 42. Both guards stiffen. He narrows his eyes. I don't know how you know about that. I don't want to know how you know about that, but I do hope you know that that's an ugly phrase around here. You don't want to say it to the wrong people. Jason, maybe we should get Angela involved. This is above our pay grade. You go. She likes you more. No way! I don't want to have to explain to the governor how an outsider came up with this very sensitive info. Angela's, great, and I do like the lollies she sneaks into my pocket, but she's not the most forgiving person. She sinks lollies into his pocket? Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, it's weird that you can't take a strong stance on that situation one way or another. Yeah, maybe you can later on. I do agree that it's humorous, though, Deacon. She sighs. She's not the most predictable either. She turns to you. Look, are you really sure you want to do this? We're not the only ones she's got watching the bank. She shoots a glance at her companion, and Angela tends to take a rather permanent approach to any problems that get in her way. Don't worry, I can handle Angela. Now, can me and the grill have some privacy? Fine, stand wherever, but make it quick, will you? They suddenly become very interested in a spot on the cracked bitumen out the front of the bank. Jovi, what's going on, dude? Now that you're able to get close to the grill, you can hear someone humming quietly inside. Keep listening. The song continues, changing in volume, as if the person making the noise were pacing back and forth. It's a jaunty, catchy tune. After a moment, you realize it's a swing version of Waltzing Matilda. Hello? You hear Scott Measure. You hear shuffling, and then a voice, high and reedy, calls out, Hello? Yes, hello, I'm here. Would you like to stay and talk for a bit? Please? Who are you? Measure, first name Scott. The man who put me here said it was for safekeeping, but I don't know why. Why am I a secret? Because I'm alive? Measure. Why would you being alive be a secret? I don't know. I remember them pulling me out of the plane. Ooh! Stuffing me into the boot of a car and covered me with a blanket. I passed out and woke up here. Then some woman came and asked me questions about where I came from, how the plane flew. I answered all her questions. I thought she'd let me go then, but that's looking less and less likely. The way she was talking, I assume she thinks Kyle Gorley is a threat to this place she runs. Meridan, I'm guessing. Are you a prisoner? Wait, your home sounds interesting. I'd love to hear more. My pleasure. What would you like to know? How is it your town even has aeroplanes? Well, it was one aeroplane, singular, and we no longer have it, to be fair. The plane was my biggest experiment to date. Researching the old world and harnessing the power of the new. That's what my work consists of, and now it's smashed to bits and I'm stuck here. He takes a breath. Ah, well, at least I got all the way here without getting caught by mutants. You know, the bartender in town mentioned mutants too. Of course he did. Are you saying you've never heard of them before? He falls quiet. Education outside our walls really has fallen even further than we thought. What can you tell me about your town's leaders? Our leaders were born and bred to wield the power they have, with wisdom, insight, and most importantly, justice. They've seen our world and they have a plan. They're leading us all to a better future. I'd like to talk more about you again. I don't know how that could possibly be an interesting line of inquiry, but okay. Measure. What kind of name is that? He pauses as if he doesn't understand the context of the question. It's my name and my title. It's what I do. I measure things. I'm a research scientist. He pauses. Don't you name people for their jobs? Though maybe you do things differently here. I've been told other communities are less planned than Calgorley was. You said you are a research scientist. What does that involve? I come up with hypotheses, run experiments, and draw conclusions from them. Then I see how that helps us understand our world and discern the next measurement that needs to be taken. My field is, well, I guess you'd say engineering. I specialize in mechanics and the effects of, well, I'd probably need to draw several diagrams to explain it. Not really an option right now. Try me. Punt skill. During dialogue, active skill checks will fail within a range of your character's skill, plus pump points will be displayed with a unique icon alongside the text. This will allow you to spend punt points for chances to see that a task you would otherwise be unable to perform. Any points you spend will only refresh when you next level up. So, okay, I'll spend a punt point. Oh, okay, I've got 13 of them remaining. So wait, 20, 29 to 35, 30. Oh, so it's literally 1-to-1. Okay, interesting. Pass, okay. All right, his explanation is concise yet detailed. It actually would have been easier to understand with the diagrams, but you make do. Sadly, all my gear was destroyed in the crash or stolen. I don't know which. If I still had my Gadding ball, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. The timbre of his voice changes. Do you know what happened to the others? Are they all right? A gang called the Mongrels killed them. Did they now? His voice is a low-pitched whisper that raises the hairs on the back of your neck. All right. Threed, what's going on, dude? How are you, man? I saw this weird metal spear in Angela's collection. Could that be your guiding ball? Angela, the governor, the one who questioned me? That would shed light on some of her questions, if so. The guiding ball is, well, the closest thing you might be familiar with is a welding machine, but it's suited to a wide array of uses. If you help me get it back, I can show you how it works. If you help me get back to Calgorley, I'll even let you keep it. What do you say? I'll think about it. Thank you. At least we know it's secure in the governor's office, not being messed around with by some kids or a wannabe machinist. You don't want to make yourself a target right now, though. Everyone's too on edge. Even stuck in here, I keep hearing about the election debate. What a ridiculous concept. Come back to me after everyone's gone to bed and we'll work out a plan. Are you a prisoner? In a room with metal walls, a cot, a thick door with guards outside, and I'm talking to someone through a grill on the wall. This is a strange way to treat guests, so I'd assume yes. Talk about town. Okay, town done. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You're not feeling well, darling? Are you on your way back? The bag is removed from your head. You see a moderately handsome, more than moderately tough, and no moderately about it armed woman standing before you. She stares at you for several seconds before she speaks. Now's a good time to maybe start asking yourself some questions, such as, am I in the mood to be quiet and listen up? Then again, you could ask yourselves, do I feel like being eviscerated by a pack of mongrels? He speaks out the corner of his mouth. I have a feeling those questions might be rhetorical. She's not bullshitting us, she mutters. She watches Pris for a few moments. She's capable and very willing to hurt us. She glances at her sister. Geez, man, do you want to shoot her or fuck her? We'll see. Enough whispering. You lot, come here. As you walk towards the crew's leader, you notice a lot of movement in the shadows. Figures drawing closer to, but staying just out of the light. A pack, like she said. Name's Pris. Some folks call me the Empress. Oh, Pris. But I don't really go for titles. She looks comfortable, even relaxed. But you also get the impression she is weighing you and your companions very carefully. So tell me, who are you? One can define the nature of a bad. Just got a session 0 for another Urban Shadows. I'm very, very irritated. What do you mean session 0? We're small. Someone who thinks there's got to be a mutually beneficial outcome to this conversation. You sure jumped to bribery bloody quick smart, she laughs. You had no idea just how far out of your depth you are, do you? I'm the fucking reason all this works. Her gesture encompasses the world. Without me, the dew farmers wouldn't have the plastic they need for Meridan's water. Without me, the emu farmers wouldn't be able to make fuel from bird shit. She folds her arms. Without me, the drunk dickheads in the gala wouldn't have their precious pokey machines. You lot reckon you're safe now that you're in Meridan? She laughs. This place is a web of lies and bullshit. Me and my pack make use of what falls out or gets thrown out. Angela, meanwhile, is very much the spider in this metaphor. You pissed her off and she asked me to teach you a lesson. She wants to put the fear of me into you. So what do you say? Are you sufficiently afraid? Lie. Terrified. She smiles. See, the best part about this gig is that it doesn't matter if you're having a go at me or genuinely pissing in your boots. You mess up again, my face will be the last thing you see. So please, fuck it up. I could use a chance to really let loose. She shares an amused glance with her hidden lackeys. Get them out of my sight. Session 0 is where you don't actually play. To set up your character's introductions, that sort of thing. Says to be pregame, help answer questions about it. I had that. We were going to play, but then one of the players decided to show up extremely late, and we had to play catch up with them and delay things. The time is clearly stated. That's people for you. You all should have just played without them. Looks like that lady needs some correction of the physical sort. Seems like it. Damn. I wanted to see if I could flirt with her too. I shouldn't have done things that way. Oh well. Or at least I should have finished her quest line first. The warmth she showed you earlier has completely evaporated. She leans in under the guise of brushing some lint up from your shoulders and pitches her voice low. I hope your chat with a certain empress has clarified what it means to defy me. But so we're both crystal clear on my expectations moving forward. Know this, I've allowed you into my town, and as a result, I expect you and your friends to be loyal to me. Not Meridan, me. She steps back and resumes speaking at a normal volume. I also expect you to do as I ask. I have an election to win. Anyone who endangers that endeavor has no place here. And I strongly suggest you stop looking into my business. If you don't, you and your merry band will face far worse consequences. Good day. Damn, it won't let me take that. All right. She pauses, giving the impression of a machine interrupted mid-task. You look like you have something urgent on your mind. What is it? All right. We'll do that in a minute. We were going to play without them, but they showed up late, so we had to rewind and go through details again. Every Roll20 group I ever ran for. Here, first we'll go here. I'm tempted to start back from the beginning of the bank, but not. We're gonna just run with it. See what happens. A little birdie told me you're one of the governor's drivers. I'd like to ask you some questions about your job. Now I'm definitely convinced to help Malcolm. I don't like the way she treated me. I think Malcolm's gonna be a little easier to control. Fucking birdies. Yeah, I've driven for the governor, and I ask you your questions if you make it worth my time. Must be exciting being the governor's driver. Bet you get to transport all kinds of stuff. Yeah, right. Look, mate, I don't know you, and I just knocked off, so I don't really feel like talking about work. Leave you to it. All right. Where's this Holly chick? Oh, here's Holly. This must be the one that he's head over heels for. Oh, wait a minute. I need to talk to you, right?
This is a no-standing zone, mate. Move along.
Ignore him. He can't handle another dick within a 2-meter radius. Tips her hat. Name's Ridgy Didge. You got something to say to us? The men beside her size you up. Hunter sent me. I'm here to collect Hunter's guns. But our loan's not up yet. He knows the taller man beside him. Right, Sultana? He runs a hand along his mohawk, red bristles flicking back up to attention. No? What do you mean, no? Where's the money I gave you to extend the loan? It's here. He produces a small bag that Ian snatches out of his hand. Sorry. She sighs heavily. If the loan's up, the loan's up. Come on, hand him over to our new friend here. She gives you her hunting rifle. He throws his gun on the ground. Go on, collect it. I'll make sure to tell Hunter you've been throwing his weapons around. His cheeks go red. Fucking fine. He picks up the gun and hands it to you, avoiding eye contact. She chuckles and looks at Sultana and Oki. Go on, hand your shit over. He hesitates. Come on, Ree. We haven't bagged that Emu yet. You promised this be my chance. Tana, the situation's changed, all right? Anyone bags an Emu instead of us, we'll mount their head on the wall. I'll hold you to that. He drops his gun onto your hands. He grins, showing a mouth littered with gold-capped chipped teeth. Gun's all yours, but I left the cases at the firing range. I'll tell Hunter to go get him himself then. He readjusts his hat. Wait, I'll grab him. You just keep your gob shut. There we go. Let Hunter know we're sorry for the hassle. Catch you. Wait, so did he give me, use to find a white plastic rope, find a black rectangle. Turn the rifles. Okay, cool. Find the Ripper and bring him to justice. No problem. Boop, doo, 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 doo. So there's nothing I can say to her. What does the driver guy want? I don't know what the governor's driver for. Ask Angela about her driver. You know what? Wait, first. Is this? Yeah. Minzy. We'll go to Minzy first. Where's Minzy? There we go. I wish you could do the thing where you go into the map and then you're able to actually click on the area you want your character to walk to. That would make things a little easier. Question is not can they reason or can they talk, but can they suffer? Yes, so much to count, so little time. Numbat wasn't happy about your message. She clicks her tongue, unimpressed. Numbat should be grateful I spoke to her before I laid out proper punishment. But no matter. My precious time has been recovered. Do thank Governor Smith for tasking you with checking in on me. Goodbye. I'm not going to write out Numbat. Fortitude is a guard and support of the other virtues. Where's the governor's mansion? Governor's HQ is. Wait, whoops, no, that's too far. Where am I? Oh, I'm at the edge, right? There we go. Right, so hunters and collections. Right, so up over here. There we go. Okay. You're hiding a survivor from the plane crash. Says he's from Kalgoorlie. She breathes out, almost hissing with disgust. Damn it! I'll find out later how you got this information, but right now I need to know, what do you intend to do with it? Machiavellian. I'm not planning on doing anything with the information, and I won't, for a price. She barks a short, humorless laugh. Go ahead, tell the town. If someone like you could figure it out, it won't be a secret for much longer. I was planning to tell them myself this evening, so your threat amounts to little more than an inconvenience. But now you've shown me your true colors. She smiles nastily. Get out of my sight, you pathetic little worm. We have nothing more to say to each other. I'll deal with you when I have time. Get out. Oh, snap. Does that lock me out of doing her quest? For real? Let's see if it just needs to reload. Huh. Interesting. I don't think I like the way I did this. I feel like a Machiavellian route probably wants to side with her. We might end up needing to backtrack. But all right, it's 8. The ladies are going to get here soon, so I'm going to go ahead and stop for now. I'll probably jump back on tonight, and either we'll continue forward with this, or I'll hop back into Tyranny. We'll see. Not sure which one I want to do yet, but as always, hope you all enjoyed the stream. Appreciate you all joining in, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care. Yep, take care, Sloan. Have a good one, man. Won't be curious to pick it up and get some combat. Yep, take care, Deacon. Have a good night.